Hello, my name is Hervé Lemahieu and I'm the director of the Power and Diplomacy program at the Lowy Institute in Sydney. I very much look forward to our forthcoming discussion on Asia after COVID-19. This will be a wide-ranging webinar for anyone interested in the effects of the coronavirus on globalisation, geopolitics, key emerging economies, and indeed Australia. Now, the coronavirus has caught us off guard. We've seen the West very evidently struggle to come to terms with the scale of this challenge. But equally, I would argue, the promise of an Asian century looks very different today. 2020 was meant to mark the start of the Asian century, when, for the first time since the 19th century, the region's economies collectively would be larger than the rest of the world combined. Now, I would argue that despite the pandemic, we are still entering into an Asian century, but one defined by countries turning inwards, by international paralysis, and by multilateral institutions really gasping for air. In other words, it may be the politics of COVID-19 more than the pandemic itself that presents the longer-term danger to our way of life. How will the pandemic change Asia? How will it shape regional relationships and the balance of power? We'll be looking at the Sino-American blame game that is undermining trust in both the world's superpowers, as well as accelerating the decoupling between them. We'll be taking a look at the emerging world and key regional economies. For example, Indonesia's vulnerability to capital outflows and its ballooning debt, or India's decelerating economic growth and its long-term implications. Finally, we'll also be looking at Australia-China relations and the increasing strains between those two countries. Will, if at all, Australia be able to manage its dependency on its largest trading partner? All these issues and more we'll be discussing in the forthcoming webinar. I very much hope you can join us, and I'll see you then.